I think more often than not, people think, well, I feel like a lot of times we think of the ADA in the most complex sense of what that act was, um, allowing places to be accessible or even equal rights for employment and a variety of things in that regard. And that is amazing. That is awesome. But I think about even as simple as the braille signage, being able to go in the elevator or be in a hotel and go to the lobby by myself and go back up to my room, being able to find my room without, I don't have to remember steps and count the doors that I have to, how many doors I have to pass by. I can just read the signage on the door. Th- So in my mind, the ADA is much more about the level of independence than it gives a person, just as much as it is about the access and opportunities that allows a person. That there's one less situation where where I have to rely on someone to complete a simple task, or I have to get support, or I have to wait till someone is on I'm on their schedule. I can ask for something and they say, I'll do it in a minute. When me in my life and my schedule, I need it right then. So having some of those barriers taken away is what I think about when I think about the Americans with Disability Act. Now, it causes me to it makes me think of a story once when my daughter and I were at a hotel and we have these verbal issues at times. I go, man, we need some ice for these drinks. And she go, I went the last 3 times. Can't you go get it one time, daddy? So that is, I guess I can. So if there weren't braille signage on the rooms, I'd have to leave our room propped open with her in there as a little girl. Anybody could just walk in. But with the braille signage allows me to, all right, I'll be back. Did we open the door for anybody? No. I can have that conversation because I have my key. I can find the room myself. And those things seem very simplistic. And they probably are to some people who blindness isn't their disability or for whatever other reason. But to me, that's major. That's major. Because I never wanted her to be my caregiver or something of that nature. Now, now believe me, I do go dad on her sometimes. And just as my dad would do to me, he would call me in the room where he wasn't going, hey, change the channel. When he's right there, he can literally get up and change it himself. But that's part of that's in the dad handbook that you can do that. Have I had those moments? Yes. But there are other moments where I'm supposed to be the protector. And I shouldn't send her to go get ice as a little girl by herself. I should be the one doing that. And it happened a couple times where there was no signage on the hotel door, the hotel room doors. But when it was and I could go do it myself, then I, I think of those things as a blind parent, but I don't know that everybody else does. So it's just thoughts like that. Or even when I go out in public and the buildings have the signage on them and I can read those myself and I can just check out the room and I'm say, oh, okay, it must be the two rooms down because I read the signage on one room and it doesn't become some hoopla. Oh, who's helping that blind guy? Who's he here to see? Is he sure he's supposed to be in this building? I don't have to hear that dialect or that verbiage. Someone can say, do you need some assistance? No, thanks. I'm going right down the hall here. Have a great day. And it's sort of over. I know they're staring and watching a little bit as I walk by, but the verbiage is different. The conversation is different. And so it's things like that that I think of when it comes to the ADA and this 35 year celebration. Because it, it's only been half of my life. Well, A little less than half because I'm 56 now, so it presented opportunities to me that just didn't exist